these videos, you know, just because a lot of people we were talking to.
Good stuff. There you go.
Yeah.
Henny.
Oh! Yeah, okay. In 6 months, that better be Duce. Thank y'all so much for all the success you brought us. We are now upgrading our Henny ribs to Duce ribs.
No, man.
That'll be $10 more expensive.
That's against culture, bro. A lot of Southeast Asian people are Hennessy. I should have known. I should have worn my jersey because I have a red matching one.
The red?
Yeah, I got the red one. Yeah.
Chinese Olympic team, 1992.
Well, I bought that one because I was Vietnamese Santa last year at the Wine Lab for the Christmas event. So,
dude, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, man.
It's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah,
it's a lot bigger.
Yeah. This is David and Patrick. It's like Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal.
Exactly. That's the combo right there. Oh, and then a whole walk-in?
Whole walk-in.
I haven't seen one of those like in 10 years, man.
Right. You gotta be in heaven. Dude, this is dope in here, dude. I like how you like redid this side a little bit. Is this even for customers? This just for you? This looks a little bit like it's just for you.
When I walked in and I saw the footprint of the kitchen was like just as big as the restaurant, I was like, let's go. Right now.
You know, I go through your Yelp reviews and the amount of armchair experts I see talking about, I know what Vietnamese food is. I went there during 2 weeks in college, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So navigating those waters is pretty fascinating to me, right? Because you being essentially a person of color that is a successful business owner, that in and of itself in Eugene is something to be applauded for, that I applaud you for, because there's always these sort of waters to navigate with. So in moving from Da Nang, keeping that going as sort of, you know, Vietnams, you call it, and NOMs, you know what I mean, Vietnam's munchies, and then expanding your palate a little bit, how sort of conscious was that? Did you want to incorporate influences from other cultures? Walk us through that a little bit.
In our early years of the food cart, we were able to take the winters off, work all summer, grind, make money, save up, and we would go traveling in the winter. We would always go back to the motherland. I have a lot of family, and my partner has a lot of family in Da Nang. And we would always make a point to go back, and we did that for almost 4 years. Every year that we did it, we always expanded to a different country within the region. We noticed like a lot of the food in that region, they all use the same ingredients, similar techniques, packaged a little bit differently. And that's where the name of this place comes from, same. And that's a common phrase used throughout Southeast Asia. A lot of those countries cater to tourists. It's just a way for the local people to describe something that's similar. I'm looking for a USB-C cord. I got a USB-A cord, same. You know, it's like, that's like how they would use it, right? You know, if you're talking to like a vendor, and that's where they hit you with the but different, you know? You know?
Same but different.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like people don't understand, like you don't get a lot of this food without that. Yeah, look at that.
This one. Yeah, this one, girl.
Cherry pie, baby. Cherry swimmers. Good on blast. Correct me if I'm wrong, but so with woks like that, right? Yep. The idea is you get a flame so hot that you're not actually needing to cook with that much oil because you can drop things in and then it's just bow. It's quick, it's fast, you don't gotta really like soak it, you don't gotta, you know what I mean? Is that close-ish?
Yeah, I think you got the basic principles of it. The high heat, right, is what you give that kind of char flavor, right? It's what Chinese people call wok hei. It just gives you that nice charredness, right? It allows the vegetables to stay crisp, but kind of cooked, right?
A lot of people would be trying to cook that broccoli at home and then it ends up gray.
Yep, exactly.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's how you keep the broccoli green, you know what I mean? No, you could probably put any cook in this town up here and they would be super jealous of that wok setup.
Like the beauty of it, right? Like a lot of like the old school Chinese chefs, like they're nice with it, right? They check my knee. They'll use the knee to regulate the heat, right? So,
what?
So you'll control the heat like that.
Ooh, order up, baby! I just gotta do a bunch of dumb shit. Thanks. That's what I've learned the success to video making is Be a jackass on camera. I want people at home to know, like, just how expensive it is to open a restaurant. So that hood that you have back there is pre-existing. So a hood essentially is something you legally need that goes over your fryers, your burners, you know, any sort of cooking equipment. You have to have a hood, essentially a big fan that shoots the air out.
Yep.
That is sort of single-handedly probably the most expensive thing in a restaurant, right?
Yep.
Because I mean, you're talking anywhere from like 20 grand on the cheap end to maybe 75 grand. Mm-hmm. You know, and I've known a lot of restaurants that failed because they couldn't pay their hood back.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, keep walking us through the checklist.
We can't be somewhere where, you know, we can't make ends meet, and you're not going to get that kind of prices if you're smack dab in downtown, right, or campus, right, because those are all the hottest places in town. So naturally, you gotta widen your scope and go on the outskirts a little bit of town. And you see this happening in bigger cities like Portland, right?
No.
I live in this neighborhood, and there is a need for a place like this along this strip of long road. This place was kind of like presented on our lap, right, where it came along when we kind of needed it. We're fairly young right now, and if we're gonna take risks, it's now, and you know, because if we fail, we can hopefully make up for it later, you know. And that's the goal.
Right.
Rendang, beef.
Rendang, rang-a-dang-dang-dang-dong. That's amazing.
You get what I'm saying? It's like an Asian pot roast.
Yeah,
right?
totally. Going into the funky fried rice. So what makes this funky?
So we add a little bit of shrimp paste to it, right? Just a little bit, right? Don't get scared. It's like if you like funky cheese, right? Same deal, right? It just adds a little.
Same, but different.
Exactly, right?
These boys were traveling. You guys are like riding motorcycles across the countries. You know what I mean? Just eating and grinding, you know?
The food cart allowed us that lifestyle, so we're really grateful for that. And not only that, but it's just, you know, Eugene embraced us and allow us to do those cool things, you know. And in return, you know, I like to think that we brought a lot of those flavors back, you know, and reintroducing it to the community, right? That's kind of the goal, was all these trips, right? It wasn't just consume. It was consume to learn how to repurpose that, you know, and put back out. And that's the goal, is we want to start using those accumulation of all those years and experience that we've had and try to introduce some new flavors into this town.